Hello, my name is Rumiana Kureva and I'm an early childhood specialist. I'm also a mom, a scholar, an activist, and I support our community. Advocacy has been important to me in both my personal life and my professional one. Advocacy means I have the power to talk about important issues and to help others talk about issues that are important to them. I feel strongly about many things, but I have always felt that social justice and human rights are the most important ones. If one of us is affected by injustices, we all suffer. So we all need to make positive changes in our communities. Teachers can be absolutely advocates. In fact, teachers are natural advocates. A big part of advocacy work is teaching. What does this look like? It looks like helping people to be aware of an issue. It looks like educating people about an issue, and it looks like persuading people to work together to make changes. Teachers are leaders. Teachers positively impact people's hearts and futures with their teaching. We all know that knowledge is power, and teachers have so much knowledge and are so good at sharing knowledge with others. I can't think of any group of people who have more skills than teachers to do advocacy work. What does child protection mean to me? Actually, child protection should not focus only on the safety of children. It should focus on the whole family and the strengths each family has. Children's well-being is dependent on the wellness of their families. And this is a protective factor for children and youth, something that helps to keep them safe and healthy. Families are healthiest when they live in supportive communities. So when we think of child protection, we need to think about the things that affect families. For example, does the family live in a safe community? Does someone in the family have a good job that pays well? Does the family have access to resources in the community where they can live, learn, work, and play? Child protection is dependent on family well-being, and family well-being is dependent on supportive communities. When students cross borders, they enter a new culture and must learn quickly to live in that new culture. It is so important for teachers to listen to students. We need to hear what students are telling us about how their home culture norms impact gender and sex roles and gender identification. There might be important differences about gender and sex roles between the student's home culture and the host culture. We can give students information about the host culture norms about gender and sex roles. This is one way we can advocate. We can also create safe spaces for all students to feel included and that they belong. This can be especially important when we work with students who have learned to take more passive and quiet roles because of their gender and sex roles. As a teacher, I like to focus on what I can do to help all students feel accepted, supported, and able to advocate for their own needs. All people have the power to advocate for themselves. Our job is to teach students how to do this. We can give students resources and help them to learn about and understand the culture they're living in, their school, and their community. If students can learn to advocate for themselves and to understand their context, this is a form of child protection. You can help to create opportunities for your students to be able to speak to others about what they need. Teachers have so many opportunities to support students in their own healing and self-empowerment. Teachers can have a lasting impact on students' lives. Teachers should use their power to create opportunities where students can share their talents with the communities where they live. When we create opportunities for positive experiences for students, we help them to feel powerful and strong. A safe classroom and the strong relationship you have with your students can be so important in their healing. You have tremendous power to positively impact the communities around you through the students, your support in your classroom. Thank you.